Hey everybody, how's it going? Super Mary here. God, I can't get used to saying that anymore. Used to say it a lot when I was a kid. Now it just seems pretentious. So I wanted to come today and tell you a little bit about my accommodations in le college. So I'm starting in summer of this year, which is 2021. It's COVID time, everybody. So my classes are gonna be strictly online. So I called Disabled Services. I got a note from my doctor saying, PTSD, bipolar disorder, and ADHD. Why do I always forget that one? It's a big one in my life, but I forget it. That's a very ADHD thing to do. So I submitted that paper to my college, and then I got an email back from Disabled Student Services. That's hard to say. Here are some of my accommodations that I'm going to have for me when I go to college, either this summer and also like in the fall and moving forward. So the first thing is priority registration. That's pretty cool. That means I get to choose my classes earlier than other people. So I don't have to worry about classes selling out. Is that? Filling up. That's it. Okay. I don't have to worry about classes filling up. The next one is alternative media. So this is like e-textbooks, Braille, which I don't need, but that is an alternative media if you need that. Enlarged materials, that's another one that I don't think I need, but they're gonna be testing me pretty soon for dyslexia and dyscalculia, because I'm pretty sure I have both of those. So the e-text is essentially where I buy the book, like the physical book, and then I go in to the center for the Disabled Student Services stuff, and they see if they have an e-textbook already of it, and if they do, then they give me that, and so I have both. And if they don't, then they search a database, and if it's not there, then they take my book apart. Yeah. They rebind it with spiral binding. Oh God. Hello. So I have an e-textbook and I have my book. So there's this program called Kurzweil 3000. And what that does is the school or I upload materials to it. It is in the cloud, and then it will read to me. And I can speed up the reading speed. And as it's reading to me, it will actually highlight the text that it's reading, like the actual word, like it'll go boop, 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 as it's reading, which is great because my eyes don't track normally. They kind of go, they judder around the page instead of just going like a normal human being. Not normal, but like you see people doing, I guess. I don't know. So I get that, and let's see what else. Adaptive equipment / adaptive technology. So I'm getting a tape recorder. So when COVID is over, or this fall or whatever, when I go back to school live, I'm actually going to be getting a tape recorder that I can set on my desk while I'm taking notes, and I can push record. And then I can play back my teacher's message, lecture after that. And that's going to be really important because of something we'll talk about in a little bit. Notetakers. So this says a student enrolled in your class, volunteer, takes notes for the student who has the disability. Notebooks are available for disabled students in the main office. So they have these special books that have carbon paper in between pages. And I haven't seen carbon paper in a very long time, but it's where you write on the first page and then the carbon paper makes a copy of it on the second page. The teacher will be like, does anybody want to volunteer to take notes for this person? And because that's how all professors talk, that student who volunteers to take notes for you will take notes on the front page, and then they'll tear off the front page. I think I get the original. I'm not sure. I get one of them. I don't know. Either the original or the carbon copy, but one of us gets, so we both get notes. This is so I don't have to worry that I'm gonna miss something in class because of my distractibility. and an ability to take notes at the same time that I'm listening. Oh my God, my dog. Yeah, my dog's been distracting me this entire time. Barking. Not letting me take video. And then preferred seating. This one's kind of cool and interesting. He asked me if I wanted preferred seating like next to a door, like because of the PTSD, and then I thought about it and I was like, no, I'm more likely to think that someone's gonna come through the door with a gun. So no, but what I do wanna have is I wanna sit up front. Reason being, me being behind everybody, I see everybody taking notes. If anybody's playing a game, my attention's just gonna like laser in on that person, and I'm not gonna be able to pay attention to the actual lecture. So I asked to be seated up front so the teacher will save me a spot. Cool. And then the big one, testing accommodations. So if I'm sitting in a class and I'm taking a long time because I can't read for poop, and then I'm trying to read the questions, answer the questions, do all this, whatever, and then people are like, oh, I'm done, and then they stand up and they quietly and respectfully leave the classroom. I'm like, holy crud, I should have been done already. And I start getting anxious and I start thinking about that, and then it just escalates. So what happens with testing accommodation is I'm gonna get time and a half on tests. So if everybody gets an hour, I get an hour and a half. Cool. And then distraction reduced seating. I get to go into a private room, like a little study room type of thing. No distractions, no noise. There's going to be a test proctor in there, which will probably make me more anxious than the actual school room. But who knows? And they need to be there to just make sure that people don't cheat. I mean, that makes sense. But I'll be in there and I'll have time and a half on my test. And so I'll just take my test in there. So if there's a test day, I don't go. I don't have to go to the class. I just make an appointment with the test proctor, and that's how I do that. Breaks, that's another thing that's really cool. He put down that I can take 5-minute breaks during class. Student may need to leave class due to disability-related needs. So he said if I get overwhelmed, which I do get overwhelmed a lot, that I can leave and, leave for like 5 minutes and then come back to the class and it'll be fine. And this is where that digital recorder comes in, because if I can record the lecture and I have to leave for 5 minutes or so, then I can come back and I still have the whole lecture on video. No, on audio. And I might, depending on the class, I might wait to hit record on just the times that I am on break. Wow, that took me a long time to get out. Yep, that's the entirety of my accommodations. If you're interested in getting accommodations from your school, every school is going to have some sort of disabled student services. It may be called something else, disabled student programs and services, for example. So DSS or DSPS, you can contact a counselor and they can hook you up with disabled services. And then you need some sort of proof from your doctor just saying what you have, and they'll take you through all of this. And remember, the 5th of November. Remember that you have to go in or talk to someone from Disabled Student Services every semester, or at least that's the way it is in my school, so that you can update your authorized academic adjustments, which is what they call your accommodations. And all I do is I take this little paper and I take it in to each of my instructors on the first day of class, and I just kind of slip it to them. You don't have to disclose your disability if you don't want to. You can just give them the piece of paper, and they're not allowed to be like, so what do you have? That's not cool. If a teacher does that, that's definitely not cool. So I'm gonna go before my dog decides to bark even more and disrupt things while I'm recording again. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. Wasn't there an old actress named LaBelle? Oh my God, what was her name? Now all I can think of is Lucille Ball. And that's my bird. Can you hear him squeaking? Yeah, I have a cockatiel and a little doggy. Anyway, he's playing and it's adorable. Mwah. Bye, everybody.